Hey guys, I'm quite tired at the moment, severely underslept due to working up and getting up early, but I'm going to try and create a video about a very small topic about something that I read, inspired me, and got me thinking in Richard Blaylock's book, Health and Nutrition Secrets. So what I'm going to do is actually going to read out to you the little paragraph that got me excited. It's not like I didn't know this already, but it just felt pretty profound at the time. And it goes... There are approximately 10 billion neurons in the human brain. 10 billion neurons in the human brain. And 10 times that many neuroglia cells. But there are trillions of connections among the nerve processes. A single neuron may connect to hundreds of other neurons, while still others make over 10,000 connections. So we're talking about billions of cells, and then trillions of connections between that cells. Think about that. I remember once reading that there are as many stars in the galaxy as there are connections in the human brain, because it's almost like there's an infinite amount of galaxies and stars, and there's an infinite amount of nerve cell connections within our brain. So if you want to look at a normal person, this is what got me thinking about it, and you want to look at me, at the base level, the connections of empathy, love, compassion, even though I'm damaged, I've got low self-esteem, empathy, love, compassion, the state changes, being a social creature makes you happier, being nice to others makes you happier, all these kind of things. These are all similar between me and other people, so those connections are all there. But if you go and look at me or anyone else on the road to mastery, it doesn't matter what mastery of an instrument, mastery of their passion in computing or whatever, what you'll find is, and again relating to me kind of egotistically, my brain, if you examined it, there are millions, because there are trillions of connections between the cells. There, the deeper I learn, the more I learn, and then every year that goes by in my transformation, the more connections there are that differentiate me between me and the normal person, which is why I feel a lot of the times that I see the world differently to other people, because I'm tuned in. My RAS, my reticular activation system, is tuned in to success, and the RAS works because there are so many millions, probably I predict, of cells that I've activated by being inspired, by taking action, by reading, by meditation, by contemplation. So action, contemplation, like the Bhagavad Gita says, reading, learning, meditating, exercising, all these kind of things are creating from nothing. Because remember, I started with a normal person's brain, with 99.9% of people's, my brain was just like all the connections were more or less the same. Because let's face it, everyone's going to be a little bit different because we all got different personalities and stuff, and we all have different experiences. But the majority of people have the same kind of connections, a trillion connections, they're all the same. Anyway, I started off that, and every year that I've gone by and learned and approached girls and taken action, contemplated and meditated, exercised and read, and all those things, everything I've done, I've just built up. What's been going on is I've built up more and more and more cell connections. And the more and more cell connections I build up, the more confident I become in that area, the more solid. That's one. But two, the easier it is for me to naturally learn more. Because once I've learned something, it kind of solidifies into a nerve connection, but then I've got like nerve connections that reward me, make me feel good if I learn more. So what I'm saying to you is, like, my body, my neurology, my nerve connections, my state, I'm rewarded for learning, which is why I automatically learn. I enjoy learning. I've conditioned myself to enjoy learning, all these kind of things, because it's also another reason why I like talking about what I do. I like learning. I like taking action, contemplating, all that stuff, is because it's an area where I'm confident. And the reason why I'm confident is because I've spent so much time taking action, I've spent so much time contemplating, I've spent so much time learning, I've had to grow, I've seen myself improve, I've seen that it works. So it's very solid. It's like a spider web of confidence going on in my brain of what I'm going to become, what I need to do, how my willpower, my action taking, what my lessons I'm learning from other people, lessons I'm learning from myself, good habits, how to improve my habits, how to become the best version of myself. It's crazy and it's fascinating, and I can talk about it forever, and I know it's geeky. My only point is that if you went and examined, it's impossible. I don't think it's ever going to happen. Having said that, nothing's impossible. But I mean, if you had a look inside my brain, you'd see, or anyone's brain, you take Tyler's brain, or anyone that's on the road to mastery, particularly people in self-improvement, because we're people, and particularly people that have changed so much. So someone who had some started off so low, like myself, who's still at a low level, I guess, but is so switched on and his RES is turned on by success. If you went inside and looked at my brain, it'd be so radically different. There'd be so many thousands, hundreds of thousands, this is my prediction, hundreds of thousands of connections in my brain are different to other people's, and they can only help me in my life. They're only there to help me to achieve my dreams, and I'm very grateful for that, and that's why I always say that I feel different.